When I was younger, one of the first games I played was called Tanks. It was a game that was played on a two-dimensional battlefield, and it was usually a game between you and your friends where you had to try to launch a projectile from your tank to the enemy tank and try to destroy them using relatively realistic physics and gravity and so on and so forth. Now, this game, Interplanetary, takes this to a whole new level. You play on a battlefield that is actually an orbital plane with many planets, and on top of that you also have resource management as well. Today we're going to take a look at this relatively unusually cool game called Interplanetary. Welcome to What the Math. So first and foremost, there's two modes here, play online and play local. Now, I don't want to play online right now, even though you technically can, and this is how the game is meant to be played with other people, other players. But we're just going to go into the local because I want to show you how the game works. And here we're going to be using just the AI. We're actually going to, wrong button. We're going to add a lot of AIs here so that we can actually have as much diversity and battle as possible. We're going to give them different levels as well. We're going to put 2 easy ones, at least 1 hard, and at least 1 impossible, and the rest will be normal. So the way the game works is that you actually start on a planet, and then we can actually choose what kind of a planet we want. This is all kind of more visual than anything else, and I think I'm going to choose this because it's a pretty cool looking planet. And so here we're going to basically start against everyone else. And welcome to our battlefield. This is our planet right here, and everyone else is our enemy. So there's AI players almost everywhere here, and we have to be really careful to try not to basically lose against them. Now, the way this game works is that first of all you have a resource management minigame here, which is actually quite complex by itself as well. I shouldn't even call this a minigame because it's not really a minigame. Basically, you build up cities, you build up resources, and the first thing you should be doing is build a few mines, because this is how you build more units, more turrets, more everything. So we're going to build a mine here, but because it needs to have power, we also need to build a power plant. We're going to build this somewhere right here. Can we place it anywhere? All right, let's just place it right here. All right, so that's all we can do this first turn. The other thing we can do is obviously we can move to intelligence window and check out anything that we possibly know about our enemy, but we don't really know anything about them yet because we don't have any intelligence gathering yet. So what we can also do is go to the tech tree, and the tech tree is complex as well. So this is actually a very important part of the game because you want to actually try to research specific types of weapons, specific types of resource gathering, resource processing, and possibly even defense. Now, what I want to research first of all is I want to get lasers, because lasers are cool. And the lasers are right here. Now, I also want to have missiles, and I believe missiles are somewhere over. That's missile upgrade, so it must be here. There we go, missiles. So let's actually go for this first. We're going to try to research this as soon as possible so we can actually start producing missiles and also lasers as well, because those are very important for us to win this game. Now, we can't really do anything else our first turn, so we're just going to skip and let everyone else do their thing. Now, in the first few turns, you don't really have to worry about anything, but you'll notice that as everyone takes their turns, they'll actually do something very similar. They'll build things, they'll process things, they'll get research going, and then they'll actually start attacking each other. Now, mini planets in this particular game move against the flow. So usually, every second planet moves same as you, but the planet next to you will move against you. So this planet is most likely moving this way. Although not 100% certain, but it's very likely to be moving the other way. Obviously, this is not super realistic because chances are in any solar system, all planets should be moving same direction unless the planet was captured from somewhere else. But just for the sakes of gameplay, this kind of makes sense, and you'll see why later. Right, first tech researched, next tech will give us telescope array, which is great. We're going to go into our planetary mode and build our first weapon, and the first weapon is going to be a railgun. Let's actually place a railgun right here. Right here. There we go. Railgun, and we also want another mine because we need more resources. Give us more resources, but it's kind of hard to connect things here. And you also have to connect things to the solar plant usually. And I think my solar plant is busy. I don't think it can connect anything else anymore. Alright, so in that case, we need to build another solar plant, which is going to go right... come on. This is being difficult. Alright, I just put one right here. Alright, excellent. Next turn. And now that we have our railgun built, we can actually do this. We can go into targeting mode, select an enemy, and this is where the funnest part of the game is. We now can actually fire at the enemy, but the thing is, different weapons behave differently. So for example, railguns launch projectiles, and here you have things like gravity, things like slingshot maneuvers, and a lot of other orbital maneuvers that you can actually execute to try to create some crazy trajectories. Now, the first enemy I want to eliminate is the guy next to me, which is, I think, right here. Now, he's going which way? I need to actually try to see where he's going so I can try to predict where his planet is going to be. I think it's going to be right here. So we're just going to launch our projectile in this direction and see what happens. Targeting complete. Next turn. And everyone else, starting turn 3, turn 4, will start actually firing at each other. And this is where the game starts to become really, really fun, because basically at first you don't really know where you're firing. It's all about luck. But as you progress through the game, as you get more intelligence, as you get more or better weapons that can actually be more precise, they can target specific areas. Let's see if this is actually going to hit him. You will eventually be able to hit more precisely. Like right now, I think I missed. Alright, I missed. I totally missed. My projectile, you can see it flying away, but I was pretty close though. And the thing is, even if you hit the planet, if you hit an area that is not inhabited, if there's really nothing in that particular region, like for example, if someone hits me right here, nothing will really happen. But if someone hits me right here, they will damage my city, and they will also damage my, or even destroy my creations, my buildings. Okay, attempt number 2, we're going to try to fire a little bit ahead of him, and let's see if this is actually going to work. Now, the thing is, as soon as you get different weapons, you'll need to change your strategy a little bit too. And the other thing, or the main thing here, is that your planet actually rotates, and if you place a weapon on this side, it will only be able to fire from this side. It will not be able to fire from everywhere. And this is actually what makes this game so cool and so realistic, is that the weapon placement is also very, very important. And let's see if we actually finally hit someone. And boom! Alright, we hit him, but nothing. We didn't do any damage. And unfortunately, that also means that he possibly now knows that we have weapons. And he might even be able to see weapons from where they actually fired. So I may have actually uncovered some of my location here. All right, so we have research complete, which was, I believe, missiles. And so my missile array should be ready next turn, but in this turn I can still fire my railgun at I guess the same target. Let's actually just and see how I actually cannot target him anymore that way. So I need to be able to target him from a different direction. I mean, could maybe possibly do some crazy maneuver like this, where my projectile will go over him and try to hit him, but that's very difficult. Instead, what we'll do is we're just going to aim at someone else. So let's actually aim at another enemy, and I think there's an AI right here that's coming our way. We're gonna fire this way. So basically this is how the game works. I'm going to skip a few turns just to show you how it changes when you get new weapons and when things get a little bit more interesting. And now that I have my missile, this is how the missiles work. So you also have a trajectory, but now as soon as I have trajectory selected, I can select a planet. And here we're gonna go with this planet right here, and on the planet surface we can actually select a specific area to attack. Now I don't really know where any of his stuff is yet because I haven't researched intelligence, but I'm going to guess there's something right here. And so if my missile hits his planet, it will actually strike that particular area. So let's see what happens. We might be able to hit something, or we might completely miss as well. And lots of projectiles flying this time, and let's see if we actually hit anything. Looks like we missed both of them. Alright, well that's not good. But had we actually hit him with the missile, that missile would then be landing at the position where we... Oh no. Oh my god, he actually... Holy cow. That was a crazy shot. Well, this is what happens when we get hit. Our buildings get damaged, and this is what happened now. So one of our cities got actually damaged, and we'll have to repair it. And some more buildings as well. So we have our mine that's a little bit damaged. Actually, cities cannot be repaired, but they do lose population with time. And as you can see, there's also upgrades for everything. So you can actually choose to update your missile, for example. You can choose to update your mine and make it more productive, and so on and so forth. So this game has quite a lot of complexity on top of the already complex city builder that's already here. And now it's time for revenge, and there we go. Both locations were hit. We damaged 2 enemy cities, and oh my god, he actually hit me. Holy crap. Whoever is doing that is possibly the impossible AI. So 2 cities damaged for the enemy, and also 3 buildings damaged for us. And on top of all of this complexity, there's another component, and that's of course resource management. So here, there's actually limited amount of resources on each planet, and if you run out of those resources, you won't be able to build any more buildings. You'll only be able to use your electrical energy, which is unfortunately only enough for things like lasers, but not any other ammunition. So right now I have about 119 turns left, but as I produce more mines and more things like nuclear plants, for example, they will actually consume more of my materials, and unless I use recycling, I will actually eventually run out of materials. So that's one of the strategies that some players have. They actually build enough shields and build enough recyclers that they are actually able to outlive other players and basically destroy them really slowly and methodically. So that's one of the strategies that is possible and is used sometimes. And now that I have my telescope array functioning, I can actually see some of the buildings on some of the planets. I can actually start targeting specific buildings, like for example enemy telescope arrays. If you destroy those, then the enemy will not be able to see you, or if you destroy their weapons, they will not be able to retaliate and attack you. So we're actually going to try to target our missiles and try to see if we can hit the telescope array from this player 5. And we'll also try to use our regular railgun to see if we can actually hit anything. So let's see how this goes. We might miss, or we might end up hitting it and destroying his array. And here come the projectiles, and missed. Actually, one of them hit. One of them hit, and look at that. It was the missile, and the missile managed to damage 2 of his buildings. Perfect. So that actually worked really, really well. And so basically that is the nutshell and the essence of this game. Now what I really miss is being able to play games like tanks with my old friends from middle school, because by now they probably have grown up and have, you know, kids and are married and are not interested in games anymore. But on the other hand, I would love to actually play this with someone who, just like me, grew up in the era of tanks and games similar to tanks. Now, the thing that I really enjoy about this game is how it basically takes this very simple principle and makes it so complex and so interesting. I'm going to show you how complex it gets in a second when we actually launch our missiles at this planet right here. Let's see if we can actually hit something. Let's aim at this target. Oh, no technology research. And what I was going to show you is if you actually survive for a very long time, for many turns, and still have resources at the end, you'll eventually get some crazy weaponry. Some of which is, there is a crazy laser that basically destroys everything. And also you get something called solar laser, which basically is able to reflect from the sun and hit any target almost anywhere in the solar system. There's also an asteroid diversion tool, which basically allows you to launch asteroids at various planets and cause tremendous damage. And there's, of course, bioweapons as well that basically kill populace really, really slowly. So there's a lot of really advanced weaponry that you get to research later on, and that makes this game even more advanced and even more fun. But once again, this all goes back to the fact that you do need to have people to play this with, because playing this against AI or playing this by yourself against strangers is not really as much fun, because there's really no achievements in this game, there's no things to unlock. So once you beat a few strangers, you'll basically not really feel any satisfaction. On the other hand, playing this with friends or with someone that you actually know might be so much more fun. You'll actually enjoy this so much more if you're playing this against someone that you do know, because this is kind of what I think this game is meant to be played as. So let's actually just finish this last turn. I'm gonna try to hit this red planet right there and see what happens. But basically, the game is really, really simple, but also really, really complex, and I definitely enjoy playing this for sure. So this is a game called Interplanetary, and the link for this game is in the description below. So let's see if we actually hit someone this time. An incoming target, and look at that perfect strike. I managed to damage a city and a building. Let's actually take a look at it. And there we go, look at that. What a great strike. Anyway, so this is a game in a nutshell. There's obviously also a tutorial, and this right here shows you everything about different weapons that you get to research later on. And obviously, once you defeat everyone, you become the only victor and the only survivor of this particular battle. And I think this is where I'm going to stop this video, because I don't want to spoil the rest for you. It's kind of worth exploring on your own and trying this game for yourself, because it is kind of interesting and it is very, very original, and it's definitely fun. Give this game a try. I'm posting the link for this in the description below. This is a game called Interplanetary. It's made with Unity, and it's available from Steam relatively cheap. It's actually on sale right now, and will possibly be on sale in the summer and during various Steam sales events. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and also check out some of the other space video games I've reviewed or other space videos I've made on my channel. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll game you guys later. See you in the next video, and bye-bye.